Harry Heyman from the Feed Philly Coalition. This is one where I expound on ideas, suggestions, thoughts, where we can prioritize more. I'm not saying we're not, more and more effectively food insecurity. I recently was traveling to Hawaii and doing the sites and seeing all the cool stuff that was there. And I looked over and there was a bin receptacle for food. So they were asking people to separate their food and give their food away. It was Aloha Harvest. So of course I reached out to them and said, what are you doing? How does this work? All that stuff. And they couldn't have been more receptive, and they were great. And I wanted to see the whole process, and they were willing to show me the whole process. And spoiler alert, it's completely doable. I mean, we've learned from California, which introduced SB 1383, and those folks that are on the task force with me for food and nutritional insecurity know that this is one of my, screeds. And, I think it's 700 meals that have been rescued in California since its introduction. It's only been introduced 3 or 4 years. I mean, so that's profound. Plus, not to mention, it's just so inefficient to throw all this stuff away. The big trash trucks that come in the morning, they got to pick it up, make all that noise, traipse it down to the landfills, all the fuel and energy and effort that goes into that, and then landfill, and then the environmental damage of that, and the method. I mean, it just makes zero sense not to separate, not to rescue food. And I think there should be a law. I said this 10 years ago when I introduced legislation in the city of Philadelphia to incentivize restaurants and other food servicing establishments to pay restaurants and those guys a $4,000 BERT tax credit. And I said at the time, I don't think it's going to work, but I'll try it. Now I'm back. It's a decade later, you can tell. And now, we tried the carrot. Now here's the stick. You just can't throw food away. I mean, I don't understand why it's so revolutionary or so controversial. And not to mention, it'll introduce a whole new industry. It's not going to cost the establishments more. Trash is done by weight for the most part, and volume. If you put it in another bin, blah, blah, blah. So it's doable. That's the bottom line. And we need to do it because why? We have to try. We have to try, right? Okay. Harry Heyman from the Feed Philly Coalition. We should all work together. What a concept. Thank you.